Now, these Hollywood types, they just never seem to get the point. Yes, I have Ultimate Uwu behind me right now because the topics that we're going to talk about in this video, I need something a little bit relaxing. Now, all we have to talk about today is something from Phil Spencer, who is overhead of Xbox Gaming, and what they're doing to films. We've seen what they've done with the Halo adaptation, other IPs that they own. They own Fallout. They did the TV series, which I thought was extremely mid, but apparently a lot of people liked it. Now they're coming out with the Minecraft movie, and good gracious, let's look at this first image that comes out. Put out by Warner Brothers, by the way. So this is actually in the film. After Halo, Fallout, and Minecraft, Microsoft Gaming CEO says you're going to see more live action Xbox adaptations. Go! Now let's look at the caption of this because this is credited to Warner Brothers Pictures. A villager to be announced finds its way into the real world. This is what you're going to see on screen. Now, anybody who thought like, oh, the Minecraft movie can't fail, what are you thinking now? They're coming to our world. We're going to their world. Jack Black is there because Jack Black is always there. Yes, this is exactly what you're getting. But don't worry, Phil Spencer has some words for it. He has some ways to explain it without explaining anything whatsoever. So in a move that will hopefully produce more Fallouts than Halos, because, oh my goodness, Fallout, we did an entire episode by episode video. I mean, episode by episode series on the channel that I was with before this. I'm pretty sure, and I had a whole bunch of guests. I had people from the community that didn't know anything about Fallout, people who had played the games, people who were just completely newcomers, and I had a different single person on every single episode and asked them how they would rate it. Never got over a 7 out of 10. And for me, it was mostly about the entire series was like a 5 or 6 out of 10. Anyway, I digress. Xbox boss Phil Spencer has confirmed that after a Minecraft movie, the gaming imprint will be bringing even more of their own IPs to live action. And Lucy is basically that's the face that I'm making right now. Like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Are you serious? You had one little thing that you played off as jokey because the Fallout game series has a lot of jokes in it. You're not going to get away with that for very long. And I'm sure in season 2 that they're not going to get away with that. Spencer, who presently oversees the larger Xbox team as part of his current role as Microsoft Gaming CEO, provided this update on the brand's Hollywood plans while speaking to Variety's Jennifer Mass and other girls. I almost called them other words. Acknowledging the potential for their narrative take on the non-linear sandbox game. Yeah, we're just going to talk about Minecraft for a little bit. But what Phil has to say is that he'd rather see it as a learning opportunity. So we're just going to blow millions of dollars just to see if people like it. If they do, great, we'll do more of it. If they don't, well, we'll probably still do it. We'll just do less of it. That's exactly what it all boils down to. They don't know what customers want. They don't know what their fans want. They're doing this off of games. They don't even know the actual average gamer. This is just a tale as old as time when it comes to Hollywood and these CEOs that aren't even fans of games. They're in charge of the gaming section of Microsoft and probably have never played a game in their life other than like SimCity 2000. He goes on to say, we're learning and growing through this process, which is giving us more confidence that we should do more. Wow. 2 complete failures, 1 middle of the road with some decent word of mouth from a bunch of normies that don't even know what the games are like. That's giving you the confidence that you should do some more. Okay. We learned from doing Halo. Did you learn not to show ass cheeks? Have you learned not to take the mask off of someone who never takes their mask off and we don't actually even know that much about? Did you learn that there was a fucking trilogy of books, of Halo books, that you could have taken from? You didn't even have to like add up the game at all. You had there's books about the fall of Reach and all kinds of other stuff that you could have taken from, but you didn't do it. You wanted to do your own thing. We learned from doing Fallout. What did you learn? So all of these build on themselves, and obviously we'll have a couple that miss. You'll have a lot more that miss than hit. I can guarantee you, with your thought process and the way you're trying to explain all this away, you will have way more that miss. And if anything does hit, it will be something where it's just like Disney. It is exactly like Disney. This is their business plan. This is their business structure at this point. By the time you have something that's actually good, just like Andor with Disney Star Wars, by the time you actually have something good, you will have soured the goodwill and good faith from all your customers to the point where they're not even going to watch it. They're not even going to give it a try anymore. But go ahead, Phil Spencer, you bastion of bestiality. But what I'd say to the Xbox community that likes this work is you're going to see more because we're getting confidence. We're learning through this. You said the same thing. This isn't even a word salad. This is word croutons, and it's unsurprisingly, Spencer did not provide any specific details. Oh, I wonder why. And while many of me, if I was schizophrenic, maybe quit to ask themselves, what does Microsoft even have outside of Halo? Well, here's where we go into a little rundown, and this is what's actually going to piss you off because it pissed me off. What they actually have. Because through Rare, Microsoft has licensing access to JetForce Gemini. I promise you, if they do JetForce Gemini, they will mess it up. There is no way they can get that dynamic. First of all, it's a brother and sister, plus Floyd the robot, and the little dog Lupus. If they get that dynamic wrong, so help me. Killer Instinct, just a fighting game. They're proud if they decide to try to adapt that, they're going to look at how well the new Mortal Kombat movie does. Sea of Thieves, calling drunk 3PO and Wicked Virtue, and no. You're going to have people like up in arms about these things. Sea of Thieves doesn't really have a narrative. It's just a pirate game for the most part. Like, there's stuff you can do, but it really doesn't have like a campaign story. So what are you going to do? You're going to set it in that world? Well, they've already had movies like that before. I don't think anybody's really excited to see something that doesn't have a strict focus. While their ownership, I'm sorry, I'm going off on tangents. While their ownership of Ninja Theory opens them to do something with the Hellblade duology. Now that, if I trusted the company, if I trusted the production facility, Hellblade would be really good. Shot as a miniseries. And when I say miniseries, we're not talking about 2, 3, 4 seasons. Nah, man, we're talking about 4 hour to hour and a half long episodes. You do 2 of those, you get through 1 and 2. You go through Senua's Sacrifice, and you go through the new one. That's how it should be done. Is that how they're going to do it? Hell no. Meanwhile, there's no way they're going to do Fable. They're trying to redo Fable the game, and that's going to completely flop and bomb. Anyway, Double Fine brought it with Psychonauts. I don't know actually anything about that. And Playground Games that has the keys to Forza Horizon and Gran Turismo. Well, at least they say that. It has a non-zero chance of getting adaptation thanks to Gran Turismo and Need for Speed. But that was just product recognition. And I actually made a misspeak on one of my videos where I was meaning to talk about Gran Turismo, and I instead said Forza Horizon. I make misspeaks all the time. But I think everyone knew what I was talking about. Then there's ZeniMax Media and Activision Blizzard, with the former being the parent company of Bethesda. That opens up a whole can of worms. The Elder Scrolls, there's no way you can do a movie about that. If you were to even choose one of those games and try to do a TV show, that's a good 9-10 seasons. Wolfenstein, they will fuck that up. Dishonored, they will not be able to do that. Actually, they'll probably go with Dishonored 3, where you have the female option. Quake, can't see them touch that with a 10-foot pole. Prey, I don't know. Echo failed. And to say nothing of Doom, they can't. Well, they already did a live-action version of Doom, and it was god-awful. Now, just parsing the words. Okay, I know I'm basically reading Spencer's thing verbatim, but I'm also giving my intakes as I'm reading this. Of course, just because they're allowed to serve these franchises up for adaptation, that doesn't mean Microsoft knows what they're doing when they do so. They don't know shit. They absolutely don't know anything. And just because they can, that means they have it on the table. It could end up going to the docket. It doesn't necessarily mean they're actually going to do it, because a lot of these games, and a lot of the games that Spencer mentioned in this article, they would take years worth of effort to actually adapt any way faithfully that would get the gamers and the newbies coming back for more and more and more. Now, without going too much more into it, and we should actually keep up with the story, we should keep it going as time progresses, because this has obviously been the new trend. We had the Mario Brothers movie. We have Sonic that now has 3 iterations out there on the big screen. They're doing the Minecraft movie, obviously, and they're trying to pilfer and take from the video game IPs and put that onto the big screen, because that's the way. I mean, that's where most, I would say, the majority of the entertainment audience is looking more towards. They're looking more towards video games. Video games are more popular than ever right now, just based on a population standpoint. So of course they're going to try to suck that teat dry, but do they know what they're doing? Phil Spencer, out of his own fucking mouth, said no. But we'll learn with hundreds of millions of dollars blown in the process. Maybe one of them hits. We'll have a lot of misses, but maybe one of them hits. These are the guys that run these corporations. Oh my gosh, what a bunch of fucking morons. If you guys have anything to say, obviously, I really do want to keep up with the story a lot more, especially as every little new thing comes out. This is Malty from Mouth of Malty. Actually, yeah, leave everything down in the comment section below. Be respectful, but talk your shit. Y'all take care and have a good one. Bye-bye.